The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And that gets things running.
Well, this fellow, Giorgio Chiellini, Peter, is one of the game's great thinkers.
Yeah, in both an academic and a footballing sense, of course.
Yeah, and I think he'll prove key if they're looking to play on the break here. You won't get many players who are better than him in terms of ball winning, and it's all going to be about how quickly they can turn things around once they've got the ball.
Busquets for Conte. Batistuta. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
McAllister. And it's Soboslai. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And the finish! Rafael Leao couldn't squeeze it through. Conte, Belletti. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Stoichkov. Rafael Leao. Great ball if he can get there. And the shot! Goal! Botafogo! The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And that is as far as they're going to go. Now, can they get him away? It's Van Basten! Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish right from the top draw. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now. You can never be short of runners in the space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Batistuta, who needs just a moment to score a goal. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Now it's Rafael Leao. And here's Marmoush. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Now it's Rafael Leao. Adams. Howson too strong for his opponent there.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, no question, that's a foul. And that's going to be a booking. Hullet is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And it's Hullet, played out to the right. Now it's Batistuta. And he's cleared it out of harm's way.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's shifting, bullish header! No, not the best of headers.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
And here's Rafael Leao. And that's been won straight back. Costa Curta did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. 5 minutes till the break. Xavi Simons, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Hullet. Oh, that's superb. Van Basten! Goal! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, He took his time and he put it where very few can.
Liverpool go into the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Now, can he finish? He's scored! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game? And that is going to be the final action of the first half.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Liverpool are broadly in charge, but the contest is still alive at 3-1.
Substituição no time do camisa 19, camisa 25, camisa 20, camisa 13, camisa 22, deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 17, Neymar, camisa 11, camisa 14, camisa 24, camisa 15.
Here we go again then. Howson. And it's Conte. Out to the right. Played back in. There's the shot! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Cleared away. Botafogo have the chance to go the other way. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pull it. Might be danger here. And Batistuta! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! Sumptuous finish and absolute joy! And they are pulling clear here. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Liverpool blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Szoboszlai for Jordan Henderson. And it's Neymar. Great ball, and he's had a shot! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
And now they can spring out of defence. Well, that's beautifully weighted. It could be in here. Bullet! Relentless! Just relentless! Yet another goal in an awesome performance. They are in complete charge. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Liverpool are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, has a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. And this is Kante. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Gullit is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the rep.
He's through, it's one-on-one! Real chance! And yes, it's there! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Botafogo playing for pride here, the match surely beyond them. Busquets. Liverpool couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Pedri. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Belletti. Looking for options for movement. Oh, good take in a good area. That's a decent clearance. Costa Curta. And here's Gullit. He has a look up. Shot a goal! It's there!
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
It's become a case of men against boys. Rijkaard. And it's Soboslai. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Batistuta, and he shoots! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Well, there's the clearance. Rashford. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Neymar with the foul. Now it's Busquets. Now that looks a decent ball. There will be a throw-in. Now it's Gullit. And here's Gullit. Ball driven towards the far post. Neymar. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Costa Curta. And it's Gullit. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tries to takes a shot! And he's missed it.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Pedri. And it's Van Dijk. Jordan Henderson. Busquets. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. He's in a great position here. Can he get it through? Gullit. Costa Curta does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Belletti. Jordan Henderson. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Quality ball. 4 extra minutes added on. Costa Curta. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Goes for a shot! Cleared without complication.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And that's it. Liverpool have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here.
In Paul's goals, we have a player who can pull all the strings in midfield, one of England's best ever.
So unsung, but utterly appreciated by those he plays with.
Yeah, simply a master of passing, Peter. His ability to know what's going on around him at any given time makes him such a clever and hugely capable danger in this team.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well timed, excellent interception. Costa Curta. That's Busquets. Howson. Busquets. For Stoichkov. And it's Belletti. McAllister. And here's Van Basten. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Just best! And Neuer! Oh, he's been caught on it here! They would have been quick to recover this. Oh, terrible pass.
Belletti.
Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
The most accurate pass. Howson. Liverpool yet to have an attempt on goal. Adams. And it's Batistuta. Scholes. And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Neuer gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Belletti.
To McAllister. It's a pretty loose pass. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Looking for a run. Real chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Vasco da Gama with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Keeper has taken decisive action. And this is Van Basten. Goes for a shot! Goal! Vasco da Gama! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
It's Van Basten! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Marquez makes the interception. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Now that looks a decent ball. Scholes is always looking to break lines. That has ended up in no man's land.
Belletti.
Busquets. Now Costa Curta. Busquets. Oh, it's Van Basten! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him. Vasco da Gama look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Batistuta. Scholes. It's a lovely, neat pass. And here's Hullet. McAllister. Scholes. Vasco da Gama ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
That is a little undercooked. Now that's well seen too. He's well positioned here.
Maldini.
Oh, what has happened here? Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Here's the whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Informamos sobre uma criança perdida. Atenção, pai de menino de mochila verde.
Here we go again then.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open. Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Valverde. Too long, and over the line.
Belletti.
And it's McAllister. That's Busquets.
Bullet.
And it's McAllister. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
McAllister. Shot could be on. Van Basten unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And the pass is intercepted. Oh, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, good-looking ball. Stoichkov. Lovely feet. Well read, and the danger is averted. Out of play for a throw. And it's McAllister. Now it's Stoichkov.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Substituição no time do Vasco da Gama. Camisa 20. Camisa 12.
Howson.
Camisa 5.
Cedric, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Camisa 18.
Busquets.
Camisa 17.
Batistuta.
Camisa 24.
Good take, and is he in?
22.
He's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Liverpool perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Bullet. And it's Hullet.
And Hullet!
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Bullet actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Deep cross. Aviati deals with that nice and simple. Vasco da Gama are looking to go forward now.
Costa Corta.
For Conte. Stoichkov.
He was under real pressure there. Busquets. Now it's Bale.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
That has been knocked clear. Corner then.
Substituição no time do Vasco da
Corner
Gama.
number 3 coming up.
Camisa 21. Sai para a entrada do jogador. Camisa 2.
And that has been cleared. And it's Cruyff.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Valverde aims beyond the defence. Incoming delivery. And he's heaved it away. What a throw in. Cruyff's cross. Keeper's dealt with that.
Vasco da Gama can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
He might be in here. Oh, what a stop. Had to be at his very best. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, he's given it away. He's cut it out. Marquinhos. And that was very necessary. Howson. Pull it. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're up and running. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, a team's spine so often starts with Manuel Neuer. The moniker of sweeper keeper often hides another strength of his, which is his distribution, one that always puts his teammates on a positive footing.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Adams. Busquets. Now Costa Curta. Busquets. Conte. And it's Batistuta. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
It's a really well-measured ball. Now the delivery. He's got tall. And it's a goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So, a breakthrough already. Pelé just eases him off the ball. And it's Batistuta. Belletti. Stoichkov. He's shifting through the gears here. It's a pretty loose pass. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. It's a goal kick. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's tidy. He's having a go! And for a moment, time stood still.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
Messi, good strong midfield run. Shot, surely! Against the crossbar! And he nearly went all the way.
Messi just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Stoichkov. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So off we go then. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Costa Curta. Now Howson. And it's Belletti. He won't be happy with that one. De Bruyne. Neymar. Valverde. Pullet. Lisandro Martinez with a definite foul there. There's a quick free kick. And it's Stoichkov. Neither side especially adventurous early on. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Busquets. It's a good spell of possession, this. He has a look up, and the shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
They get a throw in. Costa Corta. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Now it's Hunnit. Great ball, and he's in here. Stoichkov tries a shot! And he's gone looking for safety. De Bruyne can so cleverly bypass the press. That's a super give and go.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Looking to play him in, and the counter is on. Could try cutting inside here. He is through here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Neuer did well to emerge with the ball. He's having a go. Stoichkov. That looks a good ball through. Oh, he's bustling through here. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Albert Ferrer kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now they can break here, and he's running through. He's having a shot! Valverde! It's hit the upright. And that has been clubbed away. Belletti. Batistuta. To McAllister. Now, can they get him away? And the shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Flamengo with the corner. They're first. Played out to the left, shapes to shoot! And that is wildly off target.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
McAllister. Belletti. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Busquets is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He's going for goal! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 2 then. Neymar with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Van Basten. Oh, that's superb. Oh, right place, right time. And he's there to belt it away. Now it's Neymar. De Bruyne. The ball is loose and the chase is on. He's gone for goal! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 3 coming up. Neymar goes short.
There will be one
Liverpool
added
has the
time.
chance to go the other way. Well read, nice interception. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Aimed beyond the defence. He's had a go! There it is!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
Lacking for neither time nor space. And it's half-time here. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
It's a dressing room that
Please be made
needs
aware that
rousing at
smoking is
half-time
only
because in
permitted
truth
in
they've not
designated
really been at
areas
it so
within these
far.
grounds.
If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Substitution in progress.
And the second half gets underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible.
Oh, what a climb! He scores! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Flamengo are now... Goes for a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Albert Ferrer. Unai Simon getting this one clear. Can he get on the end of this? He might be in here! Real chance! Yes! And they are cruising away. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
After 53 minutes is...
A case now of complete control.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an...
Has a shot! And that is high.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
And he was quick to react. He has found a way through. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Great vision.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Adams. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, it's Van Basten. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh no, this does not look good. Is there any support? He might not need it.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Pull it. Now Costa Corta. And here's Van Basten. Thinks about the shot. Stoichkov is flagged offside.
Substitutions taking place.
Time for a change in personnel. That is good alertness. Gets a good foot in there. Tries to pass it through. Now it's Batistuta. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. It's crossed into the middle. Neuer claims it without any fuss. Pull it. Pull it, going full steam ahead down the left flank. Bernardo Silva has given away a free kick. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me. Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
Good chance here! Racing over the bar.
Flamengo certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Substitution on the field. Number 13.
Liverpool can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Looking for the run, and he's picked it up out wide. He's found a way, goes for the shot! And one more try! McAllister. Neymar. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Stoichkov. Costa Corta. That's Busquets. Rice. Neymar. Knocks it into space. It's come to nothing. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Belletti. And here's Van Basten. Stood up well to him there. Threads one in. And this is Batistuta. Caught offside that time.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Takes a shot! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss. Costa Corta. Van der Vaart. And it's McAllister. Van der Vaart. To McAllister. Defending was strong and firm. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Not the most accurate pass.
Added minutes has
And
been
it's with the
indicated.
keeper. Unai Simon. Flamengo clearly now in lead preservation mode. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Albert Ferrer. Can he get it through? Rice in acres of space out wide. And that's the keeper's ball. So that's it. It is all over. Liverpool cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
Well, we're on the way.
For the ultimate model of consistency and longevity, there is the perfect example in front of us.
Yeah, Javier Zanetti, he goes on forever, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, that's why they call him the tractor. He just ploughs on and on with boundless energy.
Vinicius Junior. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Batistuta, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Vinicius Junior. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Batistuta. McAllister. Now it's Puskas. Now it's Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo! All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. This for the lead.
Brilliant save from Alisson.
Gets into some space. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Palmer. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Palmer. Oh, well played. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any...
Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. Liverpool presented with a golden opportunity here. So the most significant moment of the game. Not much more than a formality.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
So, a breakthrough already. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He's had it taken off him. Howson is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. He won't be happy with that one. Liverpool are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Oh, he's been caught napping. Is it in? Yes, it's an own goal.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Adams. That's a cute ball. Great ball, and Puskas! Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Alexander-Arnold. Cannavaro robs him of possession. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Hullet. Looking to play him in. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And he's quick to snatch it back. Played back in. McAllister.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Dani Olmo. Oh, shooting chance! It's in!
And the game is well and truly turned on its head. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another? Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Backward it goes. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
He might be in here. Puskás tries a shot against the crossbar. And yet another chance goes to waste.
Palmeiras really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Palmer. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Vinicius Junior.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
He's picked his way through. Shapes to shoot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
That has not gone well. Threads one in. It's a pretty loose pass. Adams. Liverpool are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Pull it. And that's put paid to a promising move. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And he's picked it up out wide. Swept in. Busquets. And it's Conte. Pull it. Played out to the left flank. Looking for options for movement. And this is Hullet. Takes a shot! He's got a goal! And that takes him up to double figures. The first significant goal-scoring landmark. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
This is quite a battle.
This is exactly the kind of...
And we hit half-time. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Just a quick
Quite a
announcement.
half.
We would
More
like
of the
to
same,
inform you
please.
that
Score at the
CCTV
interval,
is now in
2-2.
operation for your safety.
Substitutions taking place.
The second half then, just getting going. Busquets. Now it's Vinicius Junior. It's a good run down the left-hand side. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one, dogged defence on the other. And he shoots! Goal! Into the lead once more. That was a given. It always was.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Palmeiras take the lead. And the shot! Oh, super goal! He's got himself an absolute peach.
A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So the lead now is 2.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Now, can they get him away? Oh, super find. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Palmeiras clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Fired deep. He gets big! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
Busquets. Vinicius Junior is firing after that one. Now Howson. Pullet, who's set up 1 goal so far. And the counter is on. Yamal receives it in a wide position. Vinicius Junior. That is Conte. That tackle was certainly sturdy. Batistuta. McAllister. Out to the right. Now it's Batistuta.